I'm definitely a feminist. There's kind of no way I can't be. I mean, why would I be making this film if I wasn't a feminist? um,
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, do you know I got it? All I'm asking is for a little respect when you come home. Just a little bit, hey, baby. Just a little bit. When you get home, just a little bit, mister. Just a little bit. I ain't gonna do you wrong while you're gone. I ain't gonna do you wrong 'cause I don't wanna.
it was hard growing up as a bigger child. It was really difficult. I was made fun of. I was never really liked. I remember one time when I was in 6th grade, I had just gotten an Instagram. It was brand new to me. I didn't know any better. And I posted a picture that said, send me an emoji or comment an emoji that represents me the most. So there were like the books to say, oh, you're smart. And I remember there was a burger to say, you're fat. And I kind of just looked over it. I thought people would comment the nice things. But this boy in my class commented a bunch of burgers. And I remember being so embarrassed. I was horrified. And I was crying to my parents. I didn't know how I was going to even show my face in school after that. And they basically told me, well, it's your fault. You shouldn't be posting stuff like that. And we decided that we wanted to go thrifting. So we went to walk to this thrift store that we thought was there, but it ended up not being there. And we were walking down Main Street of Worcester, which is not the safest place in Worcester. And I remember exactly what I was wearing. I was wearing jeans and a black t-shirt. And we got catcalled about 7 times in the span of 20 minutes. And it was uncomfortable. It was definitely uncomfortable. I didn't know how to respond. I had never actually lived in a city before. I live right outside of Hartford, Connecticut, so I had been in that situation before, but I had never had to stay after that and have to go to bed in the same city. So it was a little scary, but we did it. Women in TV and movies is such a fascinating topic to me. I grew up with Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney was such a huge part of my life. All the princesses and everything. A lot of the Disney princess movies are extremely misogynistic. Almost all of them have to have a man to be happy and will do anything for that man. The Little Mermaid, she gives up her voice so that she could be with this man that she doesn't even know, and that man falls in love with her, even though he's never even had a real conversation with her. It's absurd.
I think that social media has affected the way I see myself in all aspects. I think that there are now like almost standards as to what we should look like as women and how we should behave. And so there are so many gorgeous women who are also very, it's hard for us to like match the standards to which they are. Like, I know, like just using as an example, like Kylie Jenner, gorgeous woman, but it's almost like everyone, even children now with all this social media, see that and they say, oh, this is what I have to look like. And so I think that also when you don't look like that, that takes a really big, like, so I think that seeing women like that in the media, kind of almost unrealistic portrayals of what real bodies look like, it takes like, it hurts a lot of people in terms of just seeing like, oh, that's what I need to look like and that's what I need to be like. Kylie Jenner, queen, she's gorgeous. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about her, but it's almost like you see people almost like unrealistic on how the natural body is. And I think that likes control our lives now. How many followers you have controls your life. And I think that it's dangerous now because all of these children, all these little girls are also seeing this and they're like, oh, I have to look like that in order for people to like me. So it's a very dangerous thing. I think what I remember of our 5th grade health introduction, basically, because that was kind of like the first time of ever really taking anything having to do with like health or sex ed that didn't even get talked about. Mainly, I honestly do not remember much about what happened, but what I do remember is after that happened and the boys and girls were back together in class and the girls were saying like, oh yeah, we just kind of watched a few videos, like talked about, I think there was one video about like having a period. Like, we didn't learn anything that was like necessary to learn at that time. And I remember the guys, they learned all about like, their reproductive system, erections, what happens, everything about it. And so why can you teach the boys this, but you can't teach the girls? That's what I find ridiculous.
Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted.
Yes, my opinion of women in the media is that it's a dangerous game because the women who are promoting products that are like weight loss or like get your hair to be a different color or length or hair care, like any of those products that help you to make changes to yourself, they're being sold by women who arguably are what most of society wants to be. They're what we look at and we say, oh, that's what we're supposed to look like. So it's extremely dangerous. And I find it very dangerous also for the younger women too, just because they're like, oh, like this is what I need to look like. And if I take this, I can look like that too. And so I think that it's just a dangerous, dangerous thing. And these people and influencers aren't doing it for the right reasons because they're all driven by money. They wouldn't do it if they didn't have money backing them up. So I think that it's overall a very dangerous thing, but I think that there are queens in the industry. We got Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, even Kylie Jenner. We have so many women who are just so like about like embracing your body, feeling like a bad bitch. And I love that. I really do. Definitely. So I think that growing up in the most crucial time of your life, while social media was also kind of like growing up with you, it was just extremely challenging because the time before social media, it was just kind of like you would do whatever you wanted, you'd wear whatever you wanted, you didn't care about your appearance or anything. And it honestly stayed that way, I feel like up until 7th grade, because I remember 6th grade was kind of like keep Instagram casual, like it was just like these random like for TBH. But then there became a point in which there started to be like influencers. There started to be people who everyone wanted to be like. And I think that's where it got dangerous because everyone started seeing that and was thinking to themselves, oh, like I have to look like that. And so I think that along with that, there's also middle school is all about popularity. Middle school and high school is all about popularity. And so it was about likes. It was about follows. It wasn't, I'm going to wear what I want to wear just because I want to. It's, I'm going to wear what I think people will like and what I think people would like for. So we were no longer wearing what we wanted and looking how we wanted. We were then wearing and looking how we thought other people wanted to see us as. So basically, once that happened, we also started acting like how we thought other people wanted us to act. So I think that growing up at that time, it was just extremely difficult to really live up to society's standards, just because it's nearly impossible, especially as a middle schooler, you know.